Glory to Ukraine, glory to brave Ukrainian army. Ukraine stands, Ukraine is fighting for the democracy in the whole world. Today I will show you the beauty from my garden, rose beauty rose garden called Mokarosa. Mokarosa, I think she is very popular in your countries as well, because here in Ukraine this is one of the most popular varieties among roses, and even if she does not grow into in some gardens, but those rose gardeners, they know about her, they heard about her, and they at least maybe thought about her and planned to plant her in their gardens. Mokarosa, very nice variety, very nice because of different or from different aspects. First of all, because of her very unusual color. Maybe this is or this color became already usual for roses, but as of me, usual or more usual color is pink, maybe the violet, yellow, red, of course, etc. But this color, very beige, maybe even coffee beige, deep coffee beige, it becomes more and more popular here, at least in Ukraine, among our rose lovers, and the more and more varieties in this color, in this shade, we are planting nowadays. Of course, not at the moment, because at the moment we have snow. Yesterday we've had another snowfall, and even if I already planned to apply some nutrition into for my roses, but not snow decided otherwise, and we have or other way, and now we have a pretty thick layer of snow and you. But let's get back to Mokarosa and my adornment, right? My love to this rose. Yeah, it becomes bigger and bigger from year to year. Love, I mean, to this variety, to this rose, Mokarosa, because of of her color, first of all, of the form of the flower. It is this form, it's very pretty, very neat, and it's classic, I would say, almost classic or classic for roses, and this gives the rose possibility to be opened for each separate flower to be opened pretty slowly, pretty gradually, and to become more and more beautiful, and to see this beauty on each stage of the opening, because I like roses in every stage of opening, whether this is right opened bud, or this is in the middle of the opening, or the final variant, final form of the rose prior to her dying, right, or to her ending of the blooming. In each stage, or at each stage, I adore this variety, and many roses, many varieties as well. Bush is very compact in my garden or in my soil. Not sure why, because I have seen a lot of photos where bush was much more generous, much more branchy, and much more bigger. Of course, not very bigger, and not hugely bigger, but still pretty bigger than mine. And I have planted this variety a couple of years ago, and as of previous season 2025, I have expected her to be much more bigger, but still she was not so generous, she was not so branchy. She is not wintering well, and I have to prune her pretty strongly, and she then needs to be grown from the ground level, or almost from the ground level, and as far as I see from my observations during all these years, she requires a pretty lot of energy, pretty lot of strength to grow at least couple of branches, and then couple of flowers per each branch. Flowers, they are pretty big, They are good formed, and they are in even if to talk about color, they could show even lavender shades, and in October, or not October, but in autumn months, September, October, when she's still blooming, this Mokarosa, she shows even some pinky shades and deep pinky shades. And this play of color, it is very interesting. And of course, you want to see all of the shades of this variety during the season. And that's why it's very good that this blooming is repeatable, and this flush is repeatable, and it blooms, or she blooms into flushes here in my weather conditions, in my climate conditions, but maybe closer to south, or maybe in some after mountain regions, even maybe there are 3 flushes, but in my climate near Lviv, there are 2 flushes of this variety. She has thorns, very big thorns, I would say, and you need to be careful while pulling weeds from her, or while pruning her during spring pruning or summer pruning. And by the way, pruning is very easy, very, I would say, intuitive. And either this will be spring pruning or pruning after the first flush. It will be very, very intuitive and very quick. So this variety, it's very comfortable to be planted because of easy care about her. She is susceptible to different diseases, mainly to black spot, and even in the middle of the season, during the summer months, she is already leafless, and with this bare branches, and this is not the very best view, of course, but closer to the autumn, new leaves will be grown, and she will be still with some green leaves, at least partially, because as soon as these leaves are grown, they start to show these signs of different diseases, mostly black spot. But maybe, yeah, this susceptibility to diseases, maybe this also influence the nature of growth and the strength of growth, most probably. If she were not so susceptible to diseases, I assume she would be much more generous, because she would have much more strength to grow and to branch, and to grow more buds and more flowers as a result. But even in this condition, I would not change her, because I have a lot of varieties. I have changed and replanted some other instead of those problematic, even if this one, Mokarosa, is pretty problematic from rose health point of view, but still she is so pretty. The color is so interesting. Color is so pretty, and now you see most probably colors from the pre-sunset sun, and this this condition, this lightning condition, in this or during these conditions, she looks, the color looks very, very tender, very, very soft, and very, very warm, I would say. And I love these changes of color, changes of warmth of color, or softness of color, and it's very interesting to see the same buds, the same flowers during the day or during a couple of the days, when especially there are different weather conditions, and you could spot all these varieties and all this place, all these variants of the same color. Very, very interesting, and very, very worth to see this. As far as bush is not so generous, I see this variety combined with other ones like Blue Girl. This will be a very, very, I would say, spectacular view. Love Song, maybe some white like Anna the Cave or Vakana, or maybe some greenish like Luviana, like Green Tea, or even deep purple, for example, Big Purple Rose. So this depends on your preferable solutions, right? Preferable use, and on your preferences, what colors to be combined, or which colors to be combined with one another. And of course, there are different possibilities, different variants of combinations, and all of them, even those I have named, I think all of them will be as of advantage. And bush itself, it allows to be combined with different roses, with other varieties, and in addition it allows to be combined with annuals, perennials, with lavender, for example, with other perennials. All these variants, all this combination, they would bring benefit to this rose and to your garden, of course. This year, or I mean, no, not this year, but previous season 2025, I have tried to combine her with perennials and with mini pumpkins, and this was a good solution because these pumpkins flowers, bright yellow, they work well with this variety. So I could guess that or you could combine her with some yellow varieties like Julia Child, China Rose, or China Girl, sorry, or some other varieties. Yeah, in any way, this variety is very interesting in color, very interesting in form of flower, and of course, I would say, worth to be planted and worth to be seen, right, in our native and in our lovely gardens. So yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you for all your comments. Please leave your comments. Please share your information about this variety, about other varieties you have combined this one with. And yeah, thanks for listening. Till the next video, and bye.